Hey everyone, Joey O'Connor. It's Monday, May 15th. It is about 9:50 this morning. And I've been thinking about what I'm going to talk about right now for the last couple of days. Kind of lost a little bit of sleep about it too, which I shouldn't have, but I did. And so I haven't even taken a shower yet this morning. I haven't even eaten yet. I just wanted to turn the camera on and speak about this for a minute because it struck a nerve in me on many levels, and I will try to be as brief as I can. So over the weekend, Laura and I went out to eat here in Conway. And we met our waitress or server, and we noticed fairly quickly that she was just having a little bit of a hard time. So what's great about Laura is she has this ability to connect with people. And that's one reason why we're doing joeyandlaura.com and our own separate YouTube channel, Joey and Laura, because we're going to start documenting more of our life. And our tagline there is helping people and businesses along the way. And so we did not video or audio record the conversation at the restaurant, but it was just apparent really early on with this young lady that she was having a little bit of a rough time. So we asked her, and she said she was new. She'd been there. This was her first week at that restaurant. And then so I was like, well, are you coming back next week? And she was like, it's highly doubtful. And I was like, well, that's a shame. Because I was like, I thought this was a really nice restaurant to work at. And she goes, well, yeah, that's what I thought too. So she started talking more to Laura. And she went on to say that her manager was a total you-know-what and has yelled at her for things that wasn't even her fault. Now, I wasn't there. I'm not doubting her. I'm just saying we never know the full story, right? There's always three sides of the story, right? But it struck a nerve because of one, being in Conway, that we kind of have enough going on right now. And then this is the same kind of stuff that's been happening some with Laura and her life over the past few years, and even currently right now. And it's these people that are in powerful positions, like leadership roles, like a manager at a restaurant. And I don't know if this was a man thing versus a woman thing. I don't know. I would hope not. But it upsets me because number one, it's in Conway. And at that particular restaurant, I think more locals go there than anything, than vacationers or visitors. And it upsets me that we're treating our own people this way. Sorry, that's just the way I'm going to say it. So what I think is also going to happen is this young lady is probably not going back to work there this week. And she will be, and if you're watching, I'm not talking bad about you. I'm just saying, probably because we all kind of do this, when she leaves and goes somewhere else, she will badmouth that restaurant and that person and that, the manager. And if it ever comes up, don't go there. Don't certainly work there. Okay? So it struck a nerve because of that. It struck a nerve that Laura has gone through some of this stuff too. And it also strikes a nerve with me that anybody, but especially here in Conway, we are better than this. And it's probably wrong of me to think this way because I can't help every single person, right? But it makes me want to help some way. Even if I do a stupid video like this explaining the situation, if some other manager sees it or some other person who's a you-know-what and is typically a yeller or screamer, maybe it stops them from doing that or helps them understand more, okay? So there's two things. Two words, and I posted this last night on my personal Facebook page, where you get humility and gratitude. And I watch Gary Vee a lot. Look him up if you want to on YouTube. He speaks a lot about this stuff. That if all of us would have more humility and gratitude, we would all be better people. We would all be better in our business. We would all be, we would all succeed more. And not to mention that we would almost every single time get what we want out of somebody. So in this case, if this waitress wasn't pulling her weight, okay, fine, but you don't have to yell at her or scream at her. Now, I don't think that was the case. She didn't. She said that was not the case. She knows what she was doing. But look, we all kind of know. We've all, more of us than not, knows what it's like to be in a job that you hate. And the people that I've actually asked this question to, 90% of them tell me the same thing. I hate my boss. I don't like my manager. I get yelled at, I get treated, I get taken advantage of. Nobody tells me thank you. And this same restaurant, I see ads all the time on Facebook that they're looking for people. They're hiring. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think you've been hiring quite a while. Well, is this the reason? Because your managers are you-know-what? The people that own the restaurant, do you know that this is going on in your restaurant? Are you really listening to people? So who the hell am I, right? I get it. But again, if I can help one person, if somebody just sees this video, right? Now, the problem we get into is this. Most of those people that are assholes and most of those people that are bitches, sorry, are insecure people. They have problems. Most of them are narcissistic or narcissist. Most of them are not happy in their life. And so they have to treat other people poorly to either make themselves feel better or to bring in more people in their misery. Like if they're not happy, then nobody else around them is going to be happy. That's a big problem. Because to me, that's the only excuse of why you're mean to somebody. And we certainly told this nice young lady that that was the issue. Was that apparently that manager 99% of the time is unhappy with himself, insecure, narcissistic. I want to help. I don't know how to help in a lot of ways. I want to not just send an email. I want to sit down with these business owners. And I know it's not my place. Hell, I see stuff that's wrong and I just Facebook people or email people and just say, hey, I just noticed this. You know, you got a date wrong, or I noticed that this was happening, or you posted this, or, you know, you got your hours wrong. And people get all upset about that too. They go, thanks. And they don't change it. It's just because of what I do and having this, you know, business owner mentality, as well as being an editor, as all the other things that I do, of just seeing things. And just people take it so wrong, like I'm correcting them. No, I'm not correcting them. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be helpful. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off on that part, but I don't know what to do, right? And there might not be shit I can do about it. Might not be anything I can do. But I think that's the problem, right? Nobody wants to really correct situations like that. How do you deal with narcissistic people like that? How do you deal with people who are just so miserable that they take it out on other people? If somebody has any suggestions, let me know. But that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So I might do an update to this video sometime. I still think I want to contact them. I just want to help, right? And I talk to a lot of people all the time that I'm just like, you don't understand. It's not a sales pitch. It's like this deep down soulful desire that I want to help. I wish I could help people for free, right? But I got a house payment to make, and I've got cars, and I like to eat, and I got to pay my bills just like everybody else. But I wish people could, well, and that's kind of the point to me doing some of these videos too, is I hope some of y'all can see it in my facial expressions and in my eyes. This wasn't meant to be any kind of a sales video. I'm just trying to get the point across. I want to help. I have a deep down desire to help. I want to help the waitress who's having a hard time, who's having a hard day. I want to help her succeed. I want her, if she wants to be a server, it is a necessity. I can't do that job. I do not have the mentality for it. I don't have the strength. I don't have the ability. I am so grateful that she is there, whoever it is. We went out to eat a couple of places this weekend, okay? So we're always telling waiters and waitresses that we appreciate them being there. Most of us look, hell, I've even told people at Wendy's in the drive-through, once a month I go through Saturday mornings and get a couple of sausage biscuits. And I thank them. I'm like, well, thank you for being here. And they look at me kind of funny. I'm like, no, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. It's gratitude. I don't think people hear it enough. And because of another example and what most of us, not most of us as in a community, most of us saying working individuals, I am very thankful, and it might change sometime. I am very thankful to do what I do or try to do what I do. I do not have to go work for somebody else putting up with any of this stuff right now. But Laura does, and it upsets me. It upsets me almost every day. And we're changing some things. We're going to do things differently. Anyway, sorry. This is not a great ending. But you get the idea. So let me know if you need any help with anything. Especially if you're a business owner. Let me know. We'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff. For those of you that are working every day, for jackasses and for you-know-whats, hang in there. I don't want you to struggle. I don't want you to feel that way. No matter where you work. If it's Conway, I especially don't want you to feel that way. But anywhere where you might be located, hang in there. Maybe really try to find something that you really love to do. Start doing it, even a few minutes a day. See if you can turn that into some sort of business. And who knows, that little part-time business or side hustle while you're still working might turn into something. And then maybe you can quit that job and maybe go to a part-time job somewhere else that would make you happier. Because if you're happier where you are, you'll be happier, like when you get home, you'll be happier doing your other stuff, which means you'll be more productive. Then you can do more of that, and then maybe quit your part-time job. So it's kind of like this too, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off on this angle, and I need to turn the damn camera off. But if you're one of those people, like, again, I'm going to include myself just because I'm a member of this community, and I feel like I'm part of the hardworking people, that if Friday and Friday night and Saturdays are your most favorite day of the week, and Monday mornings, maybe even Sunday night when you lay down to go to sleep is your worst days or your worst times because you dread waking up Monday morning and going to work, my suggestion is, for your heart and your soul, and for your ability to have more mental time for everybody else in your life, you need to find a new job. You need to do something different, or certainly do it for somebody different. So if you are a waitress or a server, a waiter, whatever, There are thousands of restaurants you can go to, right? Hopefully you'll find one that has very nice people working for them. And I know, I've heard, I kind of know some of them. And that's what makes it a shame to also hear the story that we did over the weekend. All right. Man, if you hung out with me this long, bless you and thank you. And I'll see you again. Take care.